Oh, I still caught that just in time. Greetings, geeks and nerds from League Universe, and I'm White and Nerdy. And I know that I said that at the end of my top 10 favorite films of the year list, there wouldn't be another top 10. But Jim Bevins on Twitter had taught me into it. If Jim is watching this, your last name pronounced Bevins, right? It's not Bevins. Is it Bevins? I'm hoping I'm saving that right. If it's Bevins, then my sincere apologies, man. He's a good friend of mine. He follows me on Twitter. He is the most wonderful man to talk to. Very supportive guy to talk to as well, too. So I just mentioned it on Twitter. I was like, I don't know if I want to do a top 10 favorite Santa Claus list. And he talked me into doing it. So this is my top 10 favorite Santa Claus list. Now, just point this thing out to you guys. I want to make a few things very clear. Number one, this is just my list. So just because a certain Santa Claus doesn't make it on this list, don't feel offended. It's either because, one, I don't own the media, or number two, I did not see the said movie where people were like, yeah, insert person like Ed Asner or John Goodman, for example, yeah, they should be on this list. If they are not, I don't want people to come after me with pitchforks and torches and say that I should be joining people at the bowels of hell. I don't want that to happen. This is just my own personal picks and opinions. Number two, I'm varying the Santa Clauses based on their performances. So I'm trying to see how well did they do in the genre of how well did they did Santa Claus, how well did their performances, everything like that. How they did the looks, how they performed as Santa, did they do a well voice? Because also I'm not just looking at actors, I'm also looking at voice actors. So there you go. And also, just for reminders, this is just my own list and opinion, so you don't have to agree with me. But I don't want anyone coming to me in the comment section saying that I'm wrong because I didn't pick insert favorite actor or voice actor for Santa Claus here. This is just my own picks and opinions, and I do not mean to offend anybody in the realms of liking Santa Claus. So I'm just doing this because we are a week away from Christmas. So I think that I should give you guys another Christmas gift. I'm giving you guys a lot of Christmas gifts this year. I'm doing my DVD collection. I'm doing the Charlie Brown Christmas morning. I'm giving you guys a lot of gifts, if you can't tell this year. So let's dive right into it. Let's get on our bright red suits and bright red coats and let's go and out with a sleigh ride with reindeers. This is the League Universe Top 10 Favorite Santa Claus list. So let's begin the ho 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 countdown. Number 10. Tim Allen from the Santa Claus trilogy. I love Tim Allen as Santa Claus. He feels so sincere. He was perfect pick for the role, and in costume he looks great. Tim Allen held the role on his own, and he did it for 3 movies, and hence a TV series that was also based on it. But there is just one thing why I put Tim Allen at number 10. While I love Tim Allen as Santa Claus, there has been a lot of points, especially in the last few movies, where he hasn't felt much like Santa. By the way, I'm rating him on the Santa Claus 2, and the Santa Claus 3. I haven't seen the Santa Clauses, so I can't rate him there. But in a term, he really is one of my favorite Santa Clauses, and despite him not being much like Santa through most of his films, he also did a great job, so high marks and highlight to the great Tim Allen. Number 9. Tom Hanks as Santa Claus from the Polar Express. Tom Hanks, I think, was a mastermind at voicing Santa, but despite his performance, it was very well short. But in terms of Tom Hanks being a wonderful voice actor, he really nodded at what Santa meant to each other with a great vocal performance.
Billy. It is Billy. I see you've made some new friends?
He's at number 9 because despite Tim Allen, Tom Hanks actually really did, to me at least, feel a lot like Santa, and that's mostly due to his epic voice performance. Yes, I know it's just an animated movie and technically voice cameos don't count. Shut up. But he counts on this list because he feels like a wonderful Santa Claus that you could walk up to and notice any time of the year. Unfortunately, he is at number 9 because his vocal performance only went for so far, at least at like 10 minutes at best, so boo-hoo there. However, I do love Tom Hanks in the role of Santa Claus. He did a masterful performance, and I wouldn't recommend anyone else in his wake. Number 8. From Annabelle's Wish, Santa Claus, voiced by K.E. Cutter. Cutter does an amazing job in the vocal performance and range as Santa Claus, really bringing the character to life, and truthfully one of my all-time favorite Santa Claus voices.
Santa Claus. But the question is, who are you? Let's see now.
He has such an all-time sincerity in his voice. He really feels like he's becoming Santa Claus, and that is so amazing for him. Yes, this is only a vocal performance, but K.E. Cutter did an amazing job at becoming someone that he isn't, trying to summon up Santa Claus. Summoning up Santa Claus is no easy task because you gotta get the voice down, at least down pat, and I think that K.E. Cutter within his short performance did just that. Well, yeah, K.E. Cutter is only at number 8 on this list. He still is by far one of the greatest Santa Claus voice actors that I have ever heard in quite a long time. If you haven't heard his voice and if you haven't seen Annabelle's Wish yet, you really should because he is quite the amazing voice actor and quite an amazing pick to voice the legendary Santa Claus. Number 7. Roger Bumpus as Squidward Santa. Oh yes, I went there and including Roger Bumpus as Santa Claus on this list. Roger Bumpus went from this special becoming someone who really does not like Christmas, doesn't care about the whole season, but then just in time, he becomes the ultimate symbol of kindness and goodness in the world for one person, for his next door neighbor SpongeBob SquarePants. Squidward surrendered everything just to become Santa Claus just for a few minutes just for SpongeBob, but it doesn't stop there with his kindness. Because after giving one gift to one little girl, he ends up giving gifts to hundreds and thousands of his friends all throughout Bikini Bottom. Yes, I'm counting Roger Bumpus on this list because Roger really was summoning his inner Santa Claus and he was an amazing Santa, even if it was for just one Christmas special for SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know if he counts or whatever, but I'm counting him on this list. Roger Bumpus is one of my favorite Santa Claus actors just for doing what he did for little buddy SpongeBob. Number 6. Alec Baldwin from Rise of the Guardians as Santa Claus. This man was amazing in his short role as the man, myth, and legend Santa Claus. While Alec Baldwin just had a vocal cameo as the man, myth, and legend of Santa, he really put everything into his effort to make Santa real. And to me, in this movie, Alec Baldwin really did become Santa Claus. He really hit everything right on the mark.
Here, this is how you see me, no? Very big, intimidating. But closer. What do you see?
Yeah, big eyes.
Yes, big eyes. Very big because they are full.
Alec Baldwin never ceased to make me smile every time I'd watch this movie. He really became one of my all-time favorite Santa Claus voice actors. Say what you want and say what you will about Alec Baldwin, the man is a damn good Santa Claus, and I highly recommend if he should come back, check out Rise of the Guardians just to hear him as the Jolly Green Man Santa. Number 5. Dan Francis from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who I swear is probably one of my top 5 favorite Santa Claus voice actors ever. Dan Francis just has this beautiful and wonderful magical chemistry to him that just makes him a wonderful voice for Santa Claus, and I really believe that he is. No, Dan Francis is not the main focus behind this special, but he really is one of the best Santa Claus voice actors, even though he's not the main centerpiece of this special. I can't help but smile every time I hear Dan Francis as Santa Claus because he really does an amazing job and he really makes my favorite Santa voice come to life. Somebody who's full of good cheer, full of jolliness, full of kindness, and he brings it to the table every single time. And Dan Francis is just in all sincerity a great Santa. He just nailed the part of Santa Claus and brought to the table everything that he had to make a living legend become real, at least to children at home. Number 4. I'm dreaming of a White Ranger, Santa Claus. No, seriously, this Santa actor was not identified for who he was in this special. But what he is in the short time that he's in this special is nothing short of a delight. He brings Santa Claus to the table and he looks and sounds just like the myth and legend. While he isn't the main focus of this special, it's mostly the Power Rangers, I think that this Santa Claus really did his best effort within just a short time span. I will also say that Paul Squire, within just a short time, did an amazing job as Santa Claus himself as well, even though he just dressed up for the role in the show, but still. This Santa Claus is nothing short of amazing within just this one episode of Power Rangers, and I do have to say that he puts a smile on my face every time I watch this special. So, whoever he is, wherever that he comes from, and whatever magic that he brings to the table, he is still one of my all-time favorite Santa Clauses to ever exist. Number 3. Ed Asner. That's all that needs to be said. Ed Asner has been doing Santa Claus cameos from here and there on various occasions, and he really does feel like Santa. Of course, my first introduction to Ed Asner as Santa Claus comes in a little package of all of the other reindeer, which celebrates its 24th year anniversary just this year, which I have already reviewed on the channel, so you can go and check that out. But still, I really do love Ed Asner in the role of Santa Claus. He really hammered down how Santa is supposed to sound.
Following you, Olive. You say you're a reindeer, and I asked you to come?
Right. I heard you on the radio.
We always get the crazies on Christmas Eve.
While Ed Asner is not really the main central focus piece of all of it, the other reindeer, he still was a delight, and he always will be a delight as Santa Claus since he holds such a kindness to always listen to every single year. Yes, I know, he did cameo on Elf as Santa. Yes, I know that he cameoed in a bunch of other places as Santa Claus, but I'm counting this one as my favorite performance of old Ed Asner. But no matter what shape or form Ed Asner is in for Santa Claus, he is always and 110% a delight no matter in what shape or form he does Santa Claus. Number 2. Chris Sarandon from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Chris is honestly one of the best choices to voice a Santa Claus persona, Jet Skellington. As even before Jet Skellington begins his descent into Santa Claus, Jack was already at the beginning of this film one of the nicest and kindest people that you could ever talk to.
I need your help more than anyone.
You certainly do, Jack. I had the most terrible vision.
That's splendid.
No, it was about your Christmas. There was smoke.
My Santa Claus outfit. I want you to make it.
Jack, please listen to me. It's going to be a disaster.
How could it be? Just...
Although Jack is supposed to be a symbol of, well, Halloween, even though before he became Santa Jack, he was still a kind and sweet, gentle soul. So it really does feel like Chris Sarandon is Santa Claus a lot more than he probably should have been. A symbol of Halloween? Nope, he is instead a symbol of Christmas. Again, but what really sells me on Chris Sarandon is just the performance of himself as Santa Jack and as Jet Skellington just in general through the whole special. He is such a kind, gentle, and sweet soul, and I love Chris Sarandon's voice, especially as Santa Jack and just as Jet Skellington relatively in general. Although Christmas was never meant for him, and it was more that he's a Halloween figure, I can definitely say that Jet Skellington is one of my all-time favorite Santa Clauses, but not my number 1 favorite. And the number 1 favorite Santa Claus of Lazy Universe just so happens to be Mickey Rooney as Santa Claus will always and forever be my favorite Santa Claus voice actor of all time. But why? The main reason why I love Mickey Rooney as Santa Claus is because of his sincerity, his voice. Everything about Mickey Rooney's voice just spelled Santa Claus to me. You dare not to believe me that this man's voice was the perfect pick for Santa Claus? Well, let's just listen to a couple of his lines of dialogue throughout his career, shall we?
Plenty of toys, but only if they behave themselves. No crying or pouting or... Oh, I'll know. I got ways of knowing. I'm afraid I'm going to have to limit my journeys to one a year. But on which night should I go out? I wonder.
Rest and relaxation around here. Everybody's jumpy as a leapfrog. It just isn't natural for this time of year.
They'll get used to it. I tell you, this is life.
If you say so, dear.
Are you thinking that I'm doing the wrong thing by staying home?
Mickey Rooney just has this most nicest, sincerest, and sweet sounding voice that you just can't help but crack a smile every time you hear Santa Claus. Mickey Rooney is without a doubt my most favorite, 110% favorite Santa Claus only because of his legendary voice. He's also one of the kindest, sweetest, nicest Santa Claus who ever did exist, and above all, he is just my favorite voice actor and favorite Santa because of those reasons. Whenever I think of Santa Claus, I will forever and always think of the legendary Mickey Rooney, who gave my favorite character and favorite mythological being to life. And so there you have it, my friends. That is my top 10 favorite Santa Clauses list, or favorite Santa Claus list, or whatever I decided to call it. Thank you, Jim Bevins, very much for giving me the inspiration. I hope that you enjoyed the list yourself. And I apologize for the one that I picked at number 4, which is the one from Power Rangers, I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger from Season 3. I really don't know who the actor is, as I pointed out when I reviewed that. They didn't say. It just said Santa Claus as himself, so that's why I just said Santa Claus, because we don't know who it is. So if you do have a favorite Santa that I didn't list on this list, let me know your top 10 favorites, or just 5 favorites, or just favorites just in general. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this list around the internet if you want to, and also create your own top 10 favorite Santa Claus list that you'll be interested to see what I would say about your own list, if you want to make it a video or not. Just be sure to tell me if you do, and share a link with me either here or through Twitter, and you can find my Twitter link in the link in the description down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a happy Christmas, have a merry holidays, have a whatever you want to. And I will see you guys tomorrow, as I'll be reviewing Frosty's Winter Wonderland, then showing off my DVD collection as an early Christmas gift for you all, and then reviewing A Charlie Brown Christmas as a great Christmas gift for you guys Christmas morning. So thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to tell me who your own favorite Santa Clauses are in the comment section down below. I've been Lady Universe. I will write you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you all, and until next time.